Okay. Yeah, it's been about a week since I made a video, so I figured I'd go ahead and make a quick one real quick. Whew, hot today. I just finished pruning the second half of this greenhouse. It's a little bit of labor, but I did it over the course of 2 days. Now, I've got, the plants are really leaning and lowering as I go, which is a method that a lot of commercial growers use. But I'm doing it on the cheap, you know, whatever I can get, twine, whatever. Right now you'll see a lot of leaf curl because I'm trying to follow some advice from my girl Jess over at Roots and Refuge. She says let them stress a little bit and then water them heavy, which I only had about 4 inches of soil in here. So if you look down here, now that is closer to 12 inches. I've got the Monterey mushroom compost. Well, it's not quite that thick here, but I've really built it up and got the compost up to where it'll hold some water now. Before, with it being thin, it didn't really, it would dry out daily. So, you know, I had to water daily. So I'm hoping that, you know, with 12 inches of soil in here, I think it's closer to 12, that I'm gonna have a better time with the water. And then I've got me some PVC pipe. I'm gonna set me up a little bit of irrigation, try to get everything going, make it to where it's a little bit user friendly. So some of these plants are 12 foot in length, and there's just, I've already done some harvesting, but some of the green ones I dropped off from being careless. But I'm probably getting, I'm going to say roughly 15 to 20 pounds per day is the produce that these plants are producing. And just, you know, I had a count at one time, and I think I estimated that I had like 170 plants in this greenhouse. So I've probably lost a few of them, you know, but this method is just keeping a single stalk. Oliver, quit it. Boy, he's a pain in the butt. So I don't know what happened here. I got some yellowing on this one plant just in this area. I wonder if there was something in that compost that was concentrated or something. But anyway, you can kind of look and see this thing is, you know, every cluster has produced tomatoes just about, you know. And the ones that aren't, I'm doing some investigating. Now there's a plant that's not looking good. I wonder what the heck. So anyway, we'll continue on and check that out. The other things we got are, I got a couple of trellises made out of 16-foot cattle panels. Now these things are 4 foot wide, and I got them up about, I don't know, maybe 36 inches to the bottom of them. And then these T-posts they're 6 foot tall, so they're 2 foot to the ground if they're anything. Now this one I took out of the greenhouse, but it's not doing so good. Now these other ones I paid a little bit more attention, and they've transplanted really well. But these were some of the taller plants, and that freed up a little bit of room in the greenhouse. Now I've let these go entirely too long. I usually pick them when they just start to turn orange, you know, and I'm going by, you know, what I'm trying to do is get a few days in the produce stand. So these are these 3 little gardens here are the ones that I salvaged that I had down at the pond way too long. And then I've got some work to do out here that's just a mess. And then the hay bales are doing okay. And then the planters, that, you know, I think I'm probably root bound now. Now the hydroponics, we had a big storm about a week ago and it flooded me out. And then I just did a little experiment and tried to just add some nutrient solution, concentrated, that, I don't know, I really need to invest in some better equipment so I can get the parts per million and all the, you know, I haven't given enough of an effort to this to call it, you know, to say whether it's really a raving success or not. I can tell you this, the mushroom compost is so good that the hydroponics are just not even an issue anymore. But, you know, they do produce consistently and there's little or no maintenance to it, you know. I mean, you just come in and prune from time to time, and I come in and, you know, pluck about 3 pounds off this thing a day, you know. Now, I'm gonna take, there's tobacco there, there's tobacco in those planters, and I'm gonna take that tobacco and plant it over there. There's a power pole that supplies my trailer house over there, and I'm gonna plant them over there where they're isolated. I saw some info that it's not good to plant tobacco with tomatoes because the tobacco will suck all the resources out of the soil. So, you know, everything's doing okay. It's been a long day. I did go out and set up my stand. I only sold a few pounds. So I'm trying to be consistent on going out and setting up my stand. And it's a struggle, you know, because you work out here for, you know, I come out here on most days. It's, you know, 6:37, and I'll work till 11, 1 o'clock, you know. And the reason I had to do that was because I had my granddaughter here for 8 days. And that little girl, we went fishing, we went catching tadpoles, we did all kind of stuff, you know. And it was a joy to have her here. And that's what we're working for, you know, have a good time with grandkids. So, you know, I'm really trying to recoup some of my money selling tomatoes on the side of the road. And it, you know, my mama used to say pennies make dollars, you know. And the thing is, I've probably, you know, since I've been selling, I probably pulled about $200 worth of profit, you know, which is $200 I didn't have before, you know. So I'm going to work on getting this straightened out. Now, I'm going to build a second greenhouse where this garden is over here. But I do believe I'm going to make it 50 long and 20 wide. You know, so right now, that dude is about 15 foot from, or 16 foot from side to side on the bed. So imagine 2 foot out on both sides, another framework, and a little bit taller and kind of parallel to this one. So, hey, Oliver, he wants to play grab ass. You know, I ain't gave him no attention today. So anyway, everything's going our way. We're tired but satisfied, you know. It's a lot of work, but it's satisfying work. Now, Oliver, now Karen Jean came down and watched the baby while she was, you know, while they were down visiting. So I sent her home with about 20 pounds of tomatoes. And, you know, they all getting ripe at the same time. But she's going to blanch them, remove the skins, and freeze them in freezer bags and freezer bowls. Now, the ducks and the chickens, they it turns out that they're not that great in the damn garden, you know. Matter of fact, they a mess. They have destroyed my kale, and they have, I had some pretty good looking broccoli, but that's what the broccoli looks like now. It's been stripped, you know. Maybe I can get some. They hadn't messed with the cucumber much. These are all clones here, clones in process. These are cucumber. This is next. This is the winter crop of beefsteaks. There's watermelons I've never gotten in the ground. Those are all tobacco. And then these little jewels, you know, I went and got one load of mushroom compost, which really about filled this garden up. But then I said, well, you know, for the trouble, you might as well just go and buy some. So there's an old boy that sells it out of Livingston. He had mushroom compost, so I hired a truck from here in Corrigan to go down to Livingston and get me a load of this compost. That's 14 yards. And that's how I end up getting my beds filled in. So anyway, I still got to water this mess, and then I'm done for the day. But you know, hell, it's satisfying. I like it. And these tomatoes are delicious, you know. There's one thing about it. All of the people that have purchased them have really, really noted how good they are. They've got a really good flavor. So the tomatoes are a hit. The people that do try them, they like them, and they come back wanting more. So, you know, that's a good thing. I'm just hoping that I can, you know, who knows, maybe I can find a high-end restaurant that wants some good flavorful tomatoes. You know, the acid content, it's not as high. You know, I think I would like it higher. And Karen suggests leaving them on the vine until they're really red and ripe. But the problem there is that you ain't got no time to package them and sell them. You know, they ripe and then they're done. So we're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna see what we can do. I got some over here that are red. I done pulled about 15, 20 pounds out of here today. They're in the trailer house cooling off. There's a little bit of kale, the only kale I got that survived. But man, you know, that's a beautiful tomato. And you can come out here and, you know, just, it's good. Got a great flavor. So, hard to beat that. Anyway, what is today? Tuesday? I guess I'll give y'all an update as it continues to develop. I haven't done a real good job of telling how many pounds I've produced, but I don't know, hard to say. Now, I am getting some growth out of these hay bales, but man, I just wasn't ready. It didn't really follow the directions from CB's greenhouse. So, you know, maybe I'll do better next year. Anyway, y'all enjoy. We'll see you next week. Bye.